Hi all. Today we will cover the remaining part of the decomposition reactions. In previous lectures, we have seen that in decomposition reactions, energy is required. So these basically decomposition reactions are what? Endothermic reactions, because energy is required to break the single reactant into two or more products. And I told you that energy can be in the form of heat. Then those decomposition reactions are known as thermal decomposition reactions. And we have seen three examples of thermal decomposition reactions in the previous lecture. And second, energy can also be given in the form of electricity. Okay, so that we'll cover today. And then energy can also be given in the form of sunlight. Two examples we'll cover in which energy will be given in the form of sunlight. Okay, so let's start with the thermal decomposition reactions. In which energy is given in the form of electricity. Okay, so this is the fourth example. Three examples we have covered in the previous lecture. So fourth example is electrolysis of water. Electrolysis of water. And what is chemical formula of water? H2O. So there is very important activity, electrolysis of water. What do you have to do? In any beaker, it can be a plastic mug also, make two holes at the bottom, and then insert electrodes, carbon electrodes in these holes. Okay, so this is one carbon electrode. Same way, I am inserting second carbon electrode in this hole, and you can use rubber stoppers so that water do not get leak from these holes. Okay, use the rubber stopper for that. Now what you have to do? Connect one electrode through the switch. This is the switch to the battery. It could be 6-volt battery. Okay, then another terminal to the second electrodes. These are carbon electrodes, so good conductor of electricity. Now fill the water into the beaker such that both electrodes are completely immersed into the water. Completely immersed into the water. Okay. Now if you turn the switch on, you will see that from the positive terminal of the battery, electric current will start flowing, and from the electrode, current will try to pass through the electric through the water. But distilled water is a bad conductor of electricity. To make it conducting, so we'll add few drops of sulfuric acid. So this is again important question is being asked, why we add few drops of sulfuric acid. Okay. Now, after adding few drops of sulfuric acid, when I turn the switch on, you will see that two type of gases. One at this electrode, and this electrode is connected to the positive terminal. So this is known as anode. Anode is what? Electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery is known as anode, and which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery is known as cathode. So one gas, there would be electrolysis of water. You will see that water will split into two gases. One will be hydrogen and another will be oxygen. To do the balancing, you will see that oxygen, number of atoms of oxygen on product side is 2. So I'll place 2 over here. Now hydrogen are 4. So I'll place 2 over here. So this is balanced chemical equation, and this reaction take place in the presence of electricity. This electrolysis will take place. Breakdown of water molecule will take place in the presence of electricity, and reaction conditions we are writing above the arrow. This is the rule, one of the rule. Okay. Now one gas will form at anode, another will form at cathode. But if I using this apparatus, if I turn the switch, one gas, you will see that one bubbles are forming at anode and bubbles are also forming at cathode. but those gases are going out in the atmosphere. Then we will not come to know that which gas is forming at anode and which gas is forming at cathode. To trap the gases so that we can test after that, we have to do again one arrangement. What you have to do, take a test tube, fill it with the water, completely with the water. Why we are doing this, I'll tell you later. Completely fill it with the water, then keep your thumb over it, then invert in the water, then remove your thumb and place this test tube over the electrode. Okay, so one test tube I am placing on the anode and similar test tube I am placing on the cathode. So why I have filled this previously with the water? Because if I will not fill it with the water and try to invert over the cathode, you will see that gas will get trapped. Like you must have observed, if I invert any mug into the bucket, so gas is trapped into the mug and buoyant forces will be acting. If you leave that mug within the bucket, it will come out of the water because of the buoyant force. So that and air do not get trapped, previously I filled with this test tube with the water, then placing a thumb, then inverting over the test tube over the electrodes, then it will prevent the air to get trapped into these test tubes. Okay, now completely this test tube is filled with the water. Now I'll turn the switch on. So I'm turning the switch on. You will see that from here electric current will start flowing to the anode, then through the water it will move into the cathode, because now water is good conductor of electricity because of sulfuric acid. And when electricity will pass through the water, then breakdown of the water will take place. Now which gas will form at anode, which gas will form at cathode? You will see that these are the cations, negative ion, so these negative ions will be attracted toward the anode. So anode oxygen gas will form. Okay, and at cathode hydrogen gas will form. So you will see that water is moving down by the displacement, because gases are lighter. You will see that water will flow out of these test tubes, and here gas will get trapped. Same way, water will be, by the displacement process, water will move out of the test tube, and this is the anode oxygen gas, and you will see that a gas is trapped over here. Okay, yeah, trapped in both the. Then I'll take out very carefully I'll take these test tubes out and I'll test both the gases which are trapped in these test tubes, and I'll come to know that in the test tube which I have inverted over the anode is the oxygen gas, and other test tube which is inverted over the cathode contain the hydrogen gas. So there would be a different test for these two gases. By bringing the burning candle, you can test both the gases, whereas hydrogen gas will explode, will give burn giving pop sound. Okay, so this is the test of hydrogen gas. By bringing we can test the gases by bringing burning candle near the mouth of test tubes. Okay, so hydrogen gas will burn giving pop sound, and burning candle will get extinguished, whereas oxygen burning candle will keep on burning because it supports the combustion. Okay, so burning candle keep on burning in the presence of oxygen. So from both the tests I come to know that hydrogen gas is present in the test tube which is over cathode, and another is containing anode. Okay, so this is a complete activity which will show you that when electrolysis of water is done, two gases are formed, one is hydrogen and another is oxygen. Now few questions are being asked from these from this activity. Okay, so we'll cover those. So I'm writing a note point. Note point. First note point regarding this activity is role of the sulfuric acid, that I have already told you. So mainly question is asked why we add few drops of sulfuric acid before starting the activity. That I told you, to make the water conducting. And second thing, which gas is formed at anode and which gas is formed at cathode. That I already told you. At anode, oxygen gas is formed, and at cathode, hydrogen gas is formed. Third. Now you will observe that hydrogen gas formed is double the volume of oxygen gas. That's why I previously rubbed it. Okay. So this oxygen gas formed is, which is collected at anode, is half the volume. This hydrogen gas formed is double the volume. Okay. So this is the third form. Third node point. H2 gas formed is double the volume. Double the volume of oxygen gas formed. Now what is the reason behind this? It is very clear from the chemical reaction. If 2 moles of molecules of water get decomposed, then 2 molecules of hydrogen gas is formed and 1 molecule of oxygen is formed. Okay, so you can clearly see from the chemical reaction, hydrogen gas formed is double the volume of oxygen. So reason from the chemical reaction, from or equation. Okay, from chemical equation, it is confirmed that, it is clear that on 2 molecules of water, on decomposition of 2 molecules of water, 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen gas is formed. So this is all about the electrolysis of water. Okay, this activity is very important on the point of exam. Okay. Now we are moving to the fifth chemical reaction, and this fifth and sixth is known as photodecomposition. Photodecomposition reactions, or sometimes photolysis is also said. Because photo word is used, it means the sunlight. Like photosynthesis, you must have heard the word. Okay, and lysis means again breakdown. Okay, so fifth and sixth are the examples in which energy will be used in the form of sunlight. So fifth example is photodecomposition of silver chloride. Silver chloride. And chemical formula is AgCl. Now, what I will have to do, in any china dish, I'll take a silver chloride, and I'll keep it for some time outside in the presence of sunlight. You will see that after few hours it will change its color. Okay, so it means changing in color shows that chemical reaction might have taken place. Now by the chemical equation I can represent, in the presence of sunlight, silver chloride will decompose to form silver and chlorine gas. To get it balanced. Okay. Now this is white powder in the china dish, and after some time it will turn into grey. Okay. So this is the observation of this reaction. So what is the observation? Substance will, mainly substance here is silver chloride, which is silver chloride, will change its color from white to grey, and grey color is due to the formation of silver. Okay, so this was a very simple chemical reaction in which energy is used in the form of sunlight. Okay, similar reaction we have sixth, we can cover over here only. Sixth, now I am moving to the example number 6, photo decomposition of now silver bromide. Silver bromide, its chemical formula is AgBr. So same thing happens when I decompose the silver bromide in presence of sunlight. What will form? Silver and bromine gas will form. Instead of chlorine, bromine gas will form. Now silver bromide is yellow in color. This you have to remember, yellow color. Then again grey color substance is formed. So observation is substance which is silver bromide will change its color from yellow to grey. Okay, so these both examples, example 5 and example 6, are used in black and white. Black and white photography. Okay, this is a practical use of these reactions. Now again one important question is being asked, that why the silver chloride or silver bromide substances or solutions are always kept in dark bottles. Are kept in dark bottles. So reason is why, because if these will not be kept in dark bottles, if they are kept in transparent bottles, then sunlight will enter and decomposition of these substances will take place to change the substance. Okay, it will form silver and gases will form. So decomposition do not take place of these substances. That's why these are kept in dark bottles. So with 2 lectures, today's and previous lectures, we have finished the decomposition. In next lecture, I'll cover the displacement reactions. Okay. So if you like my video, please subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you. Good luck.